What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex from ironinfidel.com. If you're looking to support the channel, you know where to go. Head to our website. We sell the best custom artwork t-shirts available on the market, and we also sell fitness products that are going to keep you younger longer, and it's important, guys. And I also want to give a shout out to this video's sponsors, the guys over at the Elite U. If you're not familiar, they are an online subscription service that provides training in the form of videos on their platform. And they are hosted by their lead instructors, which is Jack Neville, who is 25 years in the Army, 23 of which was in Special Forces. And then Mike Don Vito, who is basically a martial arts guru, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, ton of experience in hand-to-hand combat. And he was also the subject matter expert in close quarters combat for the Q course. 15 to 20 bucks a month. They cover things like hand-to-hand combat, edged weapons, emergency vehicle operations, basically everything that we like on this channel. Now, a few weeks back, we posted a video Matt did going over what he keeps in his vehicle, and he showcased this, the CAA micro conversion kit, and we got hit with mixed opinions in the comments. Some people thought it was just kind of gimmicky, and others thought it was an effective tool. But as it turns out, the guys over at CAA are actually fans of our channel, and they said, Alex, let us send this out to you. Test it out, let us know what you think. But they did not pay for this video. It's not a sponsorship, but I do want you to know that they did send this out for free. So real quickly, I'm going to kind of tell you guys what you're actually looking at. Then we'll go over philosophy of use. This is the CAA micro conversion kit, the MCK, and you can pick it up in basically any color, any camo pattern you can think of. I have mine in FDE, and it retails for about $200 to $300. And essentially what it is it takes your existing handgun, in my case a Glock 19, and turns it basically into a pistol caliber carbine. Now this really is a drop-in unit. Let's run to the scene that we shot yesterday of us actually disassembling and putting this thing together. This is how it comes out of the box. Basically what happens is there's a little button right here. You depress it and you can open up a locking mechanism. Then you have a charging handle right here. All you're gonna do is insert your firearm, and they make these specific to whatever firearm you have. You line the charging handle up with the serrations on your handgun, and then you're gonna push the two down together. So we'll do it down here. It takes a little bit of pressure until you get that feedback. There it was for me. Drop the locking mechanism down, and you're good to go. This thing's ready to fire. The charging handle now works your slide. Let's test it out. Let's see if we have any ammo. Here we go. Works just good. All right, so sold as is with no firearm in there. This is just plastic. It's not serialized. You don't have to worry about any legalities. But as soon as you put in a firearm, now you're dealing with state and local laws that you have to comply with. So burning through it really quickly, up top, you've got a Picatinny rail for an optic. I have the MCK optic on mine. On the side, you also have Picatinny rails for a light. I don't have anything attached on it because I got it a little while ago, but you also have a little slot right here where you can insert an O light. I probably wouldn't use it. I'd probably just stick a light right here on the side. You have an angled foregrip that I actually like the feel of this thing. I like the ergonomics of the whole thing. The whole thing actually feels pretty sturdy, to be honest with you. On the side, you have a button and a spare mag pouch. Basically, to conduct reloads, what you're gonna do is you're gonna depress this button, pull the mag out. So with some practice, I think you can actually get pretty efficient with the mag changes. There's gonna be a charging handle. Like I said before, this is connected to the serrations on your slide. I don't have any ammo on this, so it's gonna lock to the rear, but you can see it functions just like an AR, which we've all grown accustomed to. You have a folding stock on the back that folds towards the support side, the right side of the handgun, which I like because typically I would have a light right there and you don't want the folding stock right there. And you can see how small it gets when it's in the folded configuration. So small that it can fit inside this standard size Ace-Link backpack. Just to give you a quick demonstration of that, you can easily fit right inside there. This is the same size as the backpack you took in high school, the Jan Sports. So you can see if you wanted to use it for maybe like an option to put inside your EDC bag, you could do that. We're live. All right, so the first thing I noticed about this is just the low recoil impulse. That's pretty obvious. We've got a handgun inside a larger frame, in my case, a Glock 19. And I think that's where this kind of really shines, especially for newer shooters. You naturally have that 4 points of contact. On a larger frame, you're just gonna have a lower recoil. But for more experienced shooters, I'm kind of thinking there's not that much of a difference. As we all know, if you put a handgun like a Glock 19 inside the hands of a brand new shooter, they're not going to really be able to string together 4, 5, 6 rounds of fire in rapid succession, whereas an experienced shooter could probably do that. Where I think this probably shines the most is from 25 yards and beyond. 25 yards and beyond with a handgun, that's where your weaknesses start to get exposed and you kind of deteriorate and things really start to slow down. With this, it's not as accurate as like obviously an AR, but I do think it's a little bit more effective than just using a handgun by itself. You're able to be a little bit more fast. So we're about 25, 30 yards. We'll see if we'll get hits. All right, so missed one of those. But all in all, I do think that this shines if you put it in the hands of a new shooter. And for experienced guys, 25 yards and beyond, you're probably going to get better results out of this than just a standard handgun. So, like I mentioned before, when Matt showcased the MCK in his vehicle, he got hit with mixed opinions in the comments. But there was one guy in particular who stuck out in my mind because his thought process was that because police departments, SWAT teams, and the military don't use this, that basically it completely discredits it as nothing more than a range toy. And I think that is such an overly simplistic way of thinking about it. Why would a beat officer or a SWAT team member choose the MCK over a AR or a dedicated PCC? Of course not. If that's the thought process you have when you're going in to buy this, then you will be disappointed. It should go without saying. It's obvious this is not an equivalent to, but it is an alternative to. Of course, we would not pick this over a time-tested and proven weapon. So how can we use this effectively for personal defense? Well, the first thing would be for home defense. Theoretically, if you don't have the cash to buy a dedicated EDC handgun and then a rifle for your home defense weapon, what you could do is you could buy your handgun for when you're going out in public, and then when you get home, you throw it into the MCK, and now you have slightly a more capable weapon system, depending on what your skill level is and what your training is with this. Or if you have a spouse that's just a really poor shot, inexperienced shooter, this might be able to help them out slightly in that regard. And then lastly, for EDC, like I said before, this is a very compact setup when you have the stock folded, and it can fit into any backpack. So what you could do potentially is throw it into your backpack, and then if you're going to an area you think there's a higher risk, a greater risk of there being an active killer threat, you have this to work with. So you could use it like that. And then finally, last I checked, although it is 2022, there still is such a thing as having fun. And if a product comes to market specifically for the purpose of providing the end user a pleasurable experience, well, then that product just brought value to the market. And this thing, it is fun. I had a lot of fun shooting it. So all in all, final thoughts and conclusions on the MCK. Is it worth the $300? Well, it really depends on your mindset going into it. If you think this is going to be as effective as a dedicated pistol caliber carbine or an AR or something like that, you're going in with the wrong mindset. You're going to be completely disappointed, and I wouldn't do it. But if you have realistic expectations, you're looking for something that could maybe give you a slight edge, depending on what your skill level is. If you're a very, very experienced shooter with a handgun, this might not give you any edge. Or if you're looking for a range toy to just have some fun for, $300, then I do think it's worth it. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate you. As always, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.